Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Awaiting FDA decision, your children may soon have unrestricted access to the morning after pill, depending on the outcome of a request made by its manufacturer to the Food and Drug Administration. According to Fox News, the controversy is heating up over the issue of free access to the pill, as the current law regarding the so-called Plan B contraceptive requires proof of being over 17 or a prescription to buy it at a local pharmacy. Janice Krause of Concerned Women of America told the Washington Post, quote, "When anybody can purchase an emergency contraceptive like this over the counter, you open the door for all sorts of abuse, and especially so when it comes to child abuse and child exploitation," end quote. The FDA has until the end of today to either approve or deny the manufacturer's request. Fighting faith. Anti-faith sentiment in the armed forces is becoming worse after a military hospital tried implementing a policy that would forbid the family members of wounded soldiers from bringing them religious materials of any kind. According to Blaze.com, Iowa Republican Representative Steve King gave a speech on the House floor against the policy, which led to the policy's termination. Explaining to Fox News, quote, "That means you can't bring in a Bible and read from it when you visit your son or your daughter perhaps, or your wife or husband. It means a priest that might be coming in to visit someone on their deathbed couldn't bring in the Eucharist, couldn't offer last rites. This is the most outrageous affront," end quote. Though the policy was recalled, infuriated Christian advocacy groups are calling the action of trying to pass such a thing as intolerant as it gets, demanding that anyone involved in putting the measure into effect be fired on the spot. Hidden Hollywood. Another cesspool of pedophilia is being revealed in the wake of the recent scandals at the universities of Pennsylvania and Syracuse, this time in America's entertainment industry, Hollywood. It may come as no surprise to some, but Fox News points out 3 alleged cases of sexual abuse have surfaced in the past 2 weeks, while childhood stars from years ago are stepping forward to corroborate that pedophilia has been Hollywood's, quote, big secret for a long time. 40-year-old former childhood star Corey Feldman, known for his roles in Friday the 13th movies, among many others, says, quote, "I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia," end quote. Pope Benedict XVI recently spoke out about the sexual abuse of children as a scourge that affects every level of society, pointing out that all institutions should be held to the same standards as the Catholic Church in dealing with the issue. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Catholic vote called out. Some hard-hitting campaign commercials may be coming to your area with the message that it is a sin for a Catholic to vote for the most pro-death president in the history of America, Barack Obama. The television ad campaign is being launched by Democratic presidential candidate Randall Terry, featuring a spot that focuses on Blessed John Paul II's words that a Catholic cannot support the killing of innocent children through their vote. The ad will be aired in 5 states, Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Missouri, and Minnesota, on every station in the region, according to Terry's press release. The press release also makes it clear that the ad contains multiple graphic images of babies killed by abortion, hoping to create a, quote, crisis of conscience for the 55% of Catholic voters who supported Obama in the 2008 election. And finally, Operation Sacred Soil. A new organization is taking the initiative to defend the Roman Catholic faith in our country's parishes and schools. Operation Sacred Soil is a new network of concerned Catholics dedicated to identifying threats to the faithful in the form of speakers and events on church property that advocate dissension from church teaching. The network's website, sacredsoil.com, suggests a 7-step process to help the ordinary Catholic in the pew and the pastor in the pulpit fight the aggressive forces of the anti-Catholic agenda so prevalent in politics today. To learn more, you might want to check out the website, which is, again, www.sacredsoil.com. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael talks about fighting a war with an army unprepared. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.